Welcome to the wild, where life breathes freely and every moment tells a story.
The wilderness breathes with purpose. Every sound, every movement, every heartbeat serves a design greater than itself. The gazelle does not know why it runs, nor does the cheetah question why it chases. The river does not ask why it flows. The forest does not wonder why it grows. Everything simply is. Raw, unfiltered existence. And within that existence, there is both serenity and chaos, peace and peril, beauty and destruction woven into the same thread.
In the high grasses of the savanna, the tension is almost invisible, yet it hums like electricity beneath the earth. Eyes glint beneath the shade, a lioness crouched low, every muscle trembling with restrained energy. Her cubs watch in silence, their golden coats catching the flicker of sunlight through the trees. Across the field, antelopes graze, unaware that the balance of their world teeters on a heartbeat. One misstep, one flicker of motion, and the wild will erupt into motion, elegant, violent, inevitable. When the chase begins, time fractures. The lioness moves like liquid fire, silent but unstoppable, cutting through air and grass. The antelope bolts, hooves thundering, breath ragged, life pulsing in every desperate stride. The wind screams, the earth trembles, and for a few eternal seconds, existence narrows to a single question: who will live and who will not? Then, as quickly as it began, it ends. The silence returns, not cruel, but accepting. For in the wild, there is no right or wrong, only necessity.
Life feeds on life, and in that exchange, the balance endures. The lioness lowers her head in respect for the life she has taken, and her cubs feed, tiny echoes of survival's ancient rhythm. Across the plains, vultures spiral in the distance, waiting for their moment. Nothing is wasted here.
Nothing is forgotten. Every death gives birth to 100 forms of life, and the wheel turns once more. Far away, under the shade of an ancient baobab tree, the wind moves through its hollow trunk, humming a sound like memory itself. The same wind will carry seeds across the plains, scatter them in fertile soil, and from the dust, new life will rise. It has always been this way. Endless renewal, born from endless struggle. The wild is not cruel, it is honest. It gives and it takes without judgment, without hesitation. And in that honesty lies a truth the modern world has forgotten, that survival is sacred and every breath is a gift carved from the edge of extinction. As the sun sinks below the horizon, the wild exhales. The golden plains fade into shades of amber and violet, and the heat that once shimmered over the earth begins to fall away. The sky becomes a canvas of fire and shadow, painted with the last light of day. Across the landscape, the animals pause, listening to the slow, rhythmic song of the dusk. It is a song as old as the planet itself, the shifting of time, the turning of life from one form into another.
Night does not arrive suddenly. It slides gently, like a shadow spreading across the land. In the forests, the cicadas begin their endless chant, their wings vibrating in unison, a pulse that fills the darkness. In the desert, the air cools, and the sand that once burned under the sun now glows faintly beneath the moon. The nocturnal ones emerge, silent, deliberate, unseen. The leopard slinks through the undergrowth, her eyes two golden flames. The owl spreads its wings without a sound, gliding through air so still it feels like time itself has stopped to watch.
The night is not the enemy of life. It is its equal half. Where light reveals, darkness conceals. And in that concealment, life finds its second rhythm. The predators of the day rest, their bellies full, their hearts calm. But for others, the night is their time of becoming. The jackal calls across the distance, its cry lonely yet eternal. Tiny creatures scuttle between roots and fallen leaves, their lives brief but complete. Somewhere deep in the jungle, the slow rumble of an elephant echoes, low, powerful, like the heartbeat of the earth. Under the vast dome of stars, every creature exists in a delicate harmony. The moonlight glides across the surface of the river, and in its silver reflection, a crocodile waits with the patience of a stone. Above, bats swirl in fluid patterns, painting invisible shapes against the sky. The wilderness never truly sleeps, it merely changes form. What seems still is alive. What seems silent is speaking in languages older than words. The rustle of leaves, the murmur of water, the sigh of wind through grass. If one listens long enough, the night begins to reveal its wisdom. It teaches patience. It teaches humility. It reminds us that life is not measured in noise or movement, but in presence, in the quiet persistence of being. In the dark, the wild is most honest. It hides nothing. It pretends nothing. It simply exists, breathing in rhythm with the stars. By the time the first light of dawn begins to stir once more, the world is renewed.
The cycle has completed another turn. Death and birth, stillness and motion, silence and sound, all bound together in an endless, sacred loop. And as the first bird dares to sing again, the wilderness listens, ready to begin its symphony anew.
Beneath the surface of the ocean lies another world, one that breathes without sound, where the pulse of life moves not through air, but through water and light. Down here, time feels different, slower, softer, yet infinitely vast. The surface ripples far above like a memory, and shafts of sunlight fall through the blue like golden blades, piercing the depths where shadows bloom. Every drop holds a secret. Every current carries the echoes of ancient tides. In these depths, color is a living thing. Coral reefs rise like underwater cities, each tower built by countless tiny architects working over centuries. Their walls glow with the pulse of bioluminescent light, blues and purples that shimmer like stars trapped beneath the sea. Between the branches of coral, fish flicker in flashes of silver and flame. Schools move as one, a single living organism guided by instinct so perfect it borders on poetry. They turn, glide, and vanish, only to reappear like a dream reshaped by the current. In the deeper layers, where sunlight fades to eternal twilight, the great hunters roam. Sharks move with quiet grace, their bodies sleek and ancient, shaped by millions of years of evolution. They are not monsters, but masters of design, each motion calculated, each flick of their tail a whisper of power. Nearby, a sea turtle drifts, unhurried, its flippers sweeping the water like wings. Around it, jellyfish float, like translucent ghosts, pulsing softly, their delicate forms glowing in the dark as if carrying the light of forgotten stars. Every sound here travels farther than on land. The low songs of whales that can cross oceans, deep vibrations that resonate through water and bone. Their calls tell stories of migration, of longing,
of survival across endless blue. To hear them is to feel the heartbeat of the planet itself, vast and unbroken. And somewhere far above, the waves crash against the shore, connecting two worlds, the one that breathes air and the one that breathes water. Yet even here, in this realm that feels untouched by time, change is constant. Currents shift, corals fade, and plastic drifts like false jellyfish across the deep. But still the ocean endures. It heals, it renews, it continues to give. For every scar left upon it, life finds a way to return. A seed of coral takes hold again. A whale sings to a newborn calf. A wave breaks against stone, just as it always has. High above the plains, where the air grows thin and the earth touches the sky, the mountains rise like ancient gods. Their peaks tear through the clouds, carved by wind and time, standing as monuments to the endurance of the world. Here, silence is absolute, not the quiet of emptiness, but the stillness of strength. The wind howls across the ridges, carrying with it the whispers of centuries, the voices of storms long past. Snow drifts in endless motion, reshaping the same landscape again and again, like an artist painting over its own masterpiece. Life here is rare, but it is relentless. The mountain goat climbs where no other creature dares, its hooves gripping the narrow edges of stone with impossible balance. Its breath rises in visible clouds, merging with the mist. In the distance, an eagle soars, its shadow gliding over peaks and valleys, eyes searching the slopes for the faintest flicker of movement. Every heartbeat here is a battle, every meal a triumph. Yet nothing here struggles in vain. Every act of survival adds to the silent music of the mountains. When the storm comes, it comes without mercy. Winds tear across the cliffs.
Snow blinds the air, and the world disappears into white. But the wild does not fear the storm. It belongs to it. The wolf presses through the drifts, its fur heavy with ice, its eyes bright with determination. Somewhere beneath the snow, a hare waits in stillness, trusting that patience is its only weapon. And when the blizzard passes, the world seems reborn. The sky clears, revealing a silence so profound it feels holy. As the sun breaks through the clouds, the peaks ignite in gold. Meltwater runs in thin silver streams down the rocks, feeding valleys far below. Life returns in subtle signs, a bird's call echoing across a ridge, the rustle of leaves in thawing soil. The harshness of this world gives meaning to its beauty. Every breath taken here is earned, every moment of calm carved from hardship.
In the higher reaches, where nothing grows, the rocks tell stories older than life itself. Fossils hidden in stone whisper of oceans that once covered these summits, of creatures that lived and vanished long before humankind had a name. Time stretches endlessly here, measured not in years, but in cycles of creation and erosion.
When the day burns brightest, the desert hides its life. Beneath the surface, under the cool shelter of rock and shadow, creatures wait for dusk. A lizard lies motionless in the sand, its color blending perfectly with the earth. A snake slides silently between stones, its body writing patterns that vanish with the next gust of wind. Even the smallest forms of life, insects, roots, seeds buried deep in the soil, hold within them a fierce resilience, a quiet defiance against the cruelty of the sun. When dawn returns, the sand glows once more beneath the sun's first touch, and all signs of the night's life vanish into shadow. Yet the desert remembers. Every footprint, every breath, every whisper of movement becomes part of its endless story, written in sand, erased by wind, and rewritten again forever.